Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Heart of New Jersey podcast. I'm Kira, your host, and alongside me, we have our guest, Pat from the Somerset Patriots. Welcome.
Thank you, and I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, and I'm excited to start talking a little bit about opening season and the 2025 season coming up. So, do you want to give our listeners like a brief introduction to who you
Sure.
are and how you got started?
Yeah, so I've been with the team, believe it or not, since 1998.
Wow.
In fact, when I was hired for this position with the team, I was director of marketing, so it wasn't
Okay.
in my current role. And I had worked up in the Meadowlands, worked up there for the New Jersey Nets and a few other teams.
Okay.
Anyway, I had heard about a team. This guy, Steve Califer, was starting a team here in Bridgewater. Fortunate enough to come down here, see the area, and got hired. That was prior to the league, which was the Atlantic League at the time, and the team had it in the ballpark hadn't even existed yet.
Oh, wow.
Believe it or not, our first season we played on the road. Quickly had gotten promoted to assistant general manager, and the next year, '99, and then 2 years later, or 3 years later rather, 2002, I was promoted to vice president, general manager, president, and general manager in 2004. So
Okay.
that was a pretty quick progression. Yeah,
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 definitely.
yeah.
Did you ever like have the dream to get into something like that? Did you play
Absolutely.
sports previously?
Yeah, I was a three-sport athlete in high
Oh,
school,
wow.
um, baseball, basketball, and soccer. And yeah, I did dream of it. I got into the field a little later than most. My dream out of college was to open my own restaurant. Believe it or not,
Okay,
yeah,
that's different.
an Irish pub is my yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
there's still
So
time.
yeah, well, we'll see, maybe. But I worked in the industry for a few years in New Jersey and realized it's not my passion. I
Okay.
love sports, always loved sports, and decided to go kind of go back to school and got my master's in sport management, which then led
Okay.
me to an internship with the Nets, and so forth, so on and so forth. So I always had dreamed about this very position, and I feel very fortunate.
Yeah, I feel like so many people dream to be in the position that you're in today. So that's awesome. And the way that you progressed from going into marketing
Right.
to being the
Yeah.
manager, like that's awesome. Um, how has the team itself evolved since you started?
Yeah, it's involved a lot more than I have because again, you're talking about independent league prior to, which essentially is a free agent league. So
Okay.
the general manager in the team is responsible for hiring the coaches, getting all the players, everything that's to do with sports,
Mm-hmm.
with the actual team on the field, not the entertainment off the field.
Okay.
So you're doing both jobs as the president, general manager. So we had a very, very good run as an independent team for 23 years. And we ran our own team, everything. And then the Yankees came a knocking in the 2020 season,
Okay.
the COVID year,
Yeah.
which we were sort of shut down. We had a lot of events at the ballpark, but they had come in and they were interested in possibly moving their franchise, the Double A franchise, to Somerset, Bridgewater.
That's awesome.
So we went from independent to a Yankee affiliate, which is Yankees have probably the most recognizable brand
I was
in
gonna say
the world.
everyone knows the
Yeah,
Yankees.
and at the time we didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into. Me specifically, we had an idea, but it blew my expectations. I mean, we have the top prospects each year: Anthony Volpe, Jason Dominguez. Last year we had Spencer Jones. All of those guys are what they call top prospects, so they're likely going to be in the big leagues. Volpe, obviously, Anthony Volpe, shortstop for the Yankees, local kid from Somerset County.
Yeah.
Jason Dominguez, who has been up and down, and then Spencer Jones, who they're anticipating probably be in the big leagues, if not this year, then next year. So we're excited to find out our roster for this year. We probably won't find out for a couple of weeks,
Okay.
but we'll see. We anticipate having quite a few other top guys
Yeah.
for the
That's
year.
exciting.
Yeah, it is great.
Yeah. So what about changes in like coaching staff and how like the team has progressed in
Yeah,
that way?
yeah. So that was an interesting. So when we were independent, we had Sparky Lyle was our manager from
Is that
1998.
where Sparky the mascot came from?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Good pickup there. So Sparky Lyle is a known Yankee, World Series Cy Young Award winner. I think he had won 3 World Series rings. He was our
Wow.
manager from 1998 all the way until 2012.
Wow.
And then Brett Jody, also a former Yankee, managed us from 2013 all the way to 2019 until we became the Yankee affiliate. So we only had two managers in that time frame. And now we've been with the Yankees 5 years. We've had three different managers in 5 years. So
Okay.
there's a little bit more of up and down. Guys get moved around quite a bit.
Yeah.
But we're excited. We're going to have our same manager we've had the last 2 years this year. Raul
Cool.
Dominguez is back. And exciting for us is one of our former players when we're independent is Mike Francoso. He's going to be our hitting instructor. So he's coming back.
Oh,
He was a
nice.
fan.
Full circle.
Yeah, he's a fan favorite, and
Cool.
we're excited about having him here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your most memorable moment that you've had working at the stadium?
Wow. There has been so many. As a young person getting into this industry, you're overwhelmed. So I became the general manager, like I mentioned, in 2002. And I'll be honest with you, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I mean, it was overwhelming.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, exactly. And, I played baseball, but certainly was no baseball expert. So
Yeah.
here I am trying to put rosters together, talking to this legend, Sparky Lyle, about the team. And again, I think you hit it on the head. Just I acted probably like I knew a lot more than I did.
Yeah.
But that first year in 2003, my first full year as vice president general manager, we won the championship that year. And it was really kind of exhilarating, but also I was very proud of that.
Yeah, very rewarding.
Yeah, because I put a lot into it and obviously have a ton of help. So that was one of the first things I think I always look back, and I was only like 30, I think I was 32 at the time. And I was wondering if the job was too big for me, and then we come
Like,
out.
what I get myself
We
into?
had an amazing year. We won a championship, and then we won in 2003, 2005, 2008, 2009, 2015.
Wow.
So we won a lot of championships over
Yeah.
the course. But I would say the most memorable thing, probably thus far, there's a lot of them, but one of the greatest things was the last season, in fact, when we had Garrett Cole come out, Cy Young Award winner, most recent Cy Young Award winner, a Yankee ace. He came out and pitched for us for 2 games last year. Beautiful nights in June, packed house. It was just electric.
That's exciting. Yeah, love that. What are some of the fan favorites to watch in this year?
Well, as far as the team itself, there's a kid by the name of George Lombard. He's only 19, but he was in
Wow.
A-ball last year. He's in big league camp right now, Major League Spring Training. We do anticipate him being with us. He's their number 2 prospect.
Wow.
So I think that, in the last few years, as I mentioned, we've had some of the top prospects. So he'd be the next guy up. There's a chance Spencer Jones might come back. I doubt it. But there's, they're pitching also with Brock Selvage. Will Warren came through. We've had so many guys that have come through our system that are kind of on the precipice of getting to the big leagues. So that's always exciting to see for our fans, for our staff, just to see that we're part of their maturation into the big leagues.
Yeah. From your experience, like, what recommendations would you give someone wanting to get into baseball, major league, minor league?
Yeah, well, it's certainly a question I get a lot.
Yeah.
How do I get into the industry? And it's a relatively big industry. I think the biggest thing you have to realize is what you want to do in the industry of sports. There's so many different things. Do you want to be on the facility side? Do you want to be on the team side? Do you want to be on the analytics side, the sales side, whatever? There's so many different aspects of it. So I've always said the best opportunity you could provide yourself is doing an internship. Somebody young is doing an internship that they can do many things in an organization, see what they like best.
Yeah.
And each year we have about 15 interns. And I would say of the 15, the ones that have stayed in sports have had really good careers. But most of them, I would say, they realize that maybe it's not for them. They want to do something else. But that's their best avenue to get into the industry is an internship.
Yeah, and they kind of get a feel for what it's actually like.
Yeah, like
real-world
any job. You just kind of realize that working in sports isn't all glitz and glamour.
Yeah.
People think,
A lot of people think that,
yeah,
I'm
they
sure.
think it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
We work long hours. Like at any given summer day, we are there, 14, 15 hours. We're there all day. We're open, we're running the business, opening the facility, running entertainment, closing the facility, and going home.
Yeah.
So it can be a grind.
Yeah. What are some of the challenges that you face in your day-to-day or season-wise?
There's many.
Yeah.
I've always said, the best part of my job is the fans and being in the ballpark on a beautiful summer day. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
You just get this goosebumps, electricity of the 6,000 people there. Everybody's excited. The worst part of the job is the complete opposite of that. Is the weather is,
Yeah.
we're an outdoor venue.
Yeah.
Unlike most sports, the baseball field is a little bit more of a treasure where you can't really play in the rain.
Okay.
So, rain delays, just rain in general. It feels like we have like every 6 or 7 years, you just have a really rainy summer.
Ugh.
That really impacts all our planning. We
Yeah.
have so much planned for this summer, and it probably keeps me up at night as most is the weather.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're like double, triple checking all your weather apps.
all the time. Farmer's Almanac. I
Yep.
check the weather. I literally can't wait for the season to be over so I don't have to look at the weather
Look at
for
the
a
weather.
few months
Yeah.
because it is exhausting.
Yeah, yeah. What are some of the most like exciting things you have planned for fans this coming season?
Yeah, like I said, we have so much planned.
Yeah.
We strive to have something different going on every single night. So it's not just a baseball game. It's the promotion side is so important, and we really, I think we thrived at that where we're independent because the baseball was somewhat secondary. We're an
Yeah.
entertainment venue that had baseball. Now we're more of a baseball venue that has entertainment. So you kind of have
Yeah.
a mesh of both. But this year we have the Jersey Diners program, which we launched last year, which was hugely
Yes.
successful. We had 3 games last year. This year we're going to have 6 games. So basically
Oh,
one a month.
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We have teamed up with Disney. We're doing a Mickey Mouse night
Ooh.
where the players will be wearing a Mickey Mouse themed jersey.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
And we're also doing a Buzz and Woody night.
Okay. Cool.
We've teamed up with Harry Potter. We're doing a Harry
Wow.
Potter night. We're going to have some celebrity guests. We're going to do a Darryl Strawberry night, former New York Met and New York Yankee,
That's cool.
where he'll be signing autographs. We're doing a Sopranos night with Steve Sciarippa. We have, this is a really unique one. We're doing a Babe Ruth. You've heard of Babe Ruth,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Babe Ruth bobblehead night. And
Oh my
his
gosh.
granddaughter, I believe her name is Lydia Ruth. I might have that wrong, but is coming. And she is kind of like
That
a
is
Babe
so
Ruth expert.
cool.
She has some of his memorabilia, and she'll be talking to fans about Babe Ruth.
Oh my God,
It's
that's
kind of a piece of
awesome.
history. Yeah. So we're
Yeah.
doing that. But there are so many things. We have 19 firework nights. We have Father's Day this year. We are doing, there's a movie called Rookie of the Year. Ian Thomas, I might get his name wrong, Thomas Ian Nicholas. He was the star of that movie,
Okay.
Rookie of the Year. He's also in the movie American Pie, if you've ever seen
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah.
So he's coming out to sign autographs. We have Zorro's, which is another identity, which is more of a Latin-based identity. Somerset Day, Zorro's Day Somerset, which is a Fox. We're doing 3 of those nights. We're doing a Pinstripe Pride night with Sparky Lyle be signing autographs. So there is,
That's cool.
I think of all the years I've been with the team, which is a lot,
Yeah.
this is probably the most loaded season as far as promotions.
Yeah, and I'm sure people don't realize like how much goes into planning all of these
Right,
things, and
right.
to have that many different events and
Yeah.
special things going on is
Yeah, we have
unique.
we have a staff of probably about 26 people.
Okay.
Where like 15 of them are on the sales side, and each of our sales reps are responsible. What we call them theme nights. It could be Jewish Heritage Night, Pride Night, Zorro's nights, all these different nights, Polish Night, Irish Heritage Night. That again, I mentioned before, is just giving the casual fan a reason to come out to the ballpark. They
Yeah.
may not be a Yankee fan or really a baseball fan, but hey, I'm Irish. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go out to an Irish Heritage Night just to see
exactly
what they have. Yeah,
gives them something to do.
exactly.
Yeah. How does the team engage with the local community outside of the ballpark? So things that you guys aren't maybe hosting but doing, giving back to the community.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge part of who we are, and really with any minor league baseball team, the community is so important. I mean,
Yeah.
on the major league level, it's massive. So the minor leagues really base their business on the community. And I remember when I first started, our owner Steve Califer had said, look at this ballpark as a community gathering place where neighbors, business associates, competitors will come and they can meet with one another. So from that end, that is a huge part of our business that, the ballpark is used by companies, family reunions, et cetera,
Mm-hmm.
as a place to enjoy. Now, outside of the ballpark, we're very active with nonprofits and raising money. We have our own foundation, the Somerset Patriots Sportsman and Education Foundation,
Cool.
which raises money that we then donate to nonprofits, charitable groups.
That's awesome.
And that is something very special that we've been doing for about 20 years. So, and then of course, yeah, I go back to the diners because that's I think that kind of gives you a little bit of a microcosm of what that our impact can be, which is then the diners are the New Jersey is the diner capital of the world. Believe it or not, there's
Mm-hmm.
580 diners in New Jersey.
And we have the best diners.
The best diners, right? Look at that number, 580. And so last year we developed this program, the Jersey Diners, which we've won awards for. And we go out to all these different diners to try to build their business. So we have this passport book that fans get stamped when they go to the diners. So last year, I think we started with like 15 of those diners.
Okay.
Most of them local, in this area. Some of
Yeah.
them, one was way up North Jersey, one was South Jersey. And it was so interesting to see our fans really get excited about the program and visit these diners. So this year, I think we're at 20 diners,
Oh,
and
wow.
we're continuing signing them. So that program is building. Again, bringing our fans out into the community, supporting local business is it's really important to us.
Yeah.
And a third thing I'd like to bring up is being a Yankee affiliate, and our fan base isn't just what it used to be, which was about a 20-mile radius around the ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
It is now the Bronx. It is Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's team. And when we play the Phillies, we get all these fans coming up from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
When we were playing the Pittsburgh team, the Altoona team, I was shocked to see how many fans are wearing Pittsburgh stuff. So
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that it's hard to really judge, but when I'm on the concourse and people recognize, hey, you're the president team. Yeah, it's like, I just want to see, I came up from Florida. I just wanted to check out your ballpark. I'm a big Yankee fan. And
Wow.
you sit there going, wow, that's really cool. That
Yeah.
we've really grown to a point where we're a lot more than just, a Somerset County, New Jersey team. It's more,
Yeah.
throughout
Everybody
the
knows.
country. Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. And that also kind of leads into like helping bring business to all the small businesses in the area as well, because these people are coming from outside and
Right.
maybe aren't familiar with the area.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great, and I think that when you see these folks at the games, and it's important for our business too that we obviously attract new folks, and new
Yeah.
people to buy merchandise and tickets and food and stuff like that. And I always finish my conversations with them is the same way. Is this oh, you had a great time, great. Tell your neighbor, tell your
Yeah.
friends. Just make more and more people to come.
Yeah. I remember spending my summers at the ballpark, and like my grandma would always take me. It was like this whole big outing for me. I was so excited. We would always sit in like the little lawn section.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a memorable place to go.
It is, yeah. And then mind you, I've worked there a long time, but I also live in Somerset County, and I think that it's really special. And even if I didn't work there, I would be there a lot.
Yeah.
It's affordable. It is a very relaxed. Baseball is a relaxing sport to watch.
It is.
You don't. And it's a lot of fun.
You grab your snacks, you grab your friends, your family.
There's music playing. There's
Yeah.
great food. There's there's mascots. There's dancing. There's people watching, which I always
Yes,
do.
people watching's always good.
It's always fun. Yeah.
That's awesome. So any final thoughts on the 2025 season, or hints to anything that you have coming up besides what we've talked about?
Listen, I mean, it's going to be, like I mentioned, one of our best years. It's at this point April 8th. That Tuesday is our opening night. That weekend, fireworks on Friday. We're doing that Pinstripe Pride on Saturday. And Bluey, who's a very popular character. Have you heard of Bluey?
I have heard of Bluey, and I actually have a cattle dog, and they say that Bluey is a cattle dog.
Oh, is
so
that right?
I'm like, okay.
Okay. Is it blue?
He's red.
Okay.
So whatever the red one's name is.
Yeah. So, but with Bluey and the Mickey Mouse night and all these different nights that we're planning to just make it special.
Yeah.
And I think that it is going to be such a fun year. And then one of the things I didn't mention before was Last year we had 16 or 14 rehabs, different rehabs, 16 assignments, 14 rehabs, different players that were major league players that were rehabbing with us.
Oh, wow.
So we always hate it when the Yankee players get hurt,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's for us when Giancarlo Stanton, Garrett Cole, Anthony Rizzo, Nestor Cortez, all these guys that maybe need a start in Double A before they're ready for the big leagues, they come down, and like that, you have a sold out night. So
Yeah.
there's so much fun, there's so much excitement about prospects, the rehabs, the association with the Yankees, and the promotions that there's no reason why people shouldn't be at the ballpark.
You're pretty much paying a quarter of the price to see a Yankees game.
Yeah, probably even less than that.
Yeah.
We do try to keep things affordable. I would like to mention one thing this year.
Yeah.
We're doing a very special burger. So a big thing with minor league baseball is the specialty items. Right?
Okay.
So this year we're coming up with this. It's called I might have this wrong, but the Jersey Diner Melt. It is a waffle bun.
Oh my gosh.
Which is delicious.
Yeah.
Pork roll, cheese.
I'm glad you said pork roll, not Taylor ham.
Pork, cheese, 2 burgers, and some. I think that's it.
Oh my
I believe.
gosh.
It's like this big.
A waffle.
It's delicious.
That sounds
Not
to die
healthy,
for.
but delicious.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of new food items too. So that's
That's
another part of
exciting.
it. Really big part of the experience is the entertainment, the food, and just enjoying yourself.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And a sunny, warm summer.
Yes, fingers crossed for sun, no rain.
Yes, please, please, please.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us
Yes,
today,
thanks
Pat.
for having
this
me.
was
This was
great.
great.
We're really excited for the 2025 season.
Yes.
And where can everybody find you or the Somerset Patriots on socials or?
Yeah, we obviously you can find us on all the social fronts. SomersetPatriots.com is probably the easiest way to find the website, and then you go right from there. It has our social links right there. So
Perfect.
please, friend us, all that stuff. And we have our own app. You could download our app.
Oh, cool.
Up on the App Store, Somerset Patriots app. So, and the app actually is really good because it has full of information, keeps you updated on latest news, promotions, and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Or just call our number, 908-252-0700, to get tickets. So
Perfect.
there's a lot of ways you can go get those tickets.
Yeah. Awesome.
No reason not to come out.
That's for sure. All right, everybody, don't forget to get your tickets for the 2025 season, and we will see you at the ballpark.